Hello, hello. As promised, I'm going to share with you some of my most magical moments working for the Walt Disney Company. So I have had so many magical moments and memories working for the Walt Disney Company. So many, in fact, after working for 2 Disney stores with loads of different cast members, doing Disney volunteers, all kinds of cool things. So many that I was able to compile a notebook. So basically, my aunt gave me this notebook a few years ago, and because she always loved hearing my magical stories, and she said that I should write them all down so I remember them. So I did just that, and I'm going to share some of them with you today. I actually haven't read through this in a long time, so some of them I will always remember, so they're always there, but I wonder if there's anything here that I forgot about. So this notebook says, it's kind of hard to see with the lights, but it says, "Happy will always find you." And when you open it up, these are a bunch of stickers that I compiled from my time working at Disney stores. There's also some from the parks in here because I did also add stories in here of magical moments from going to the parks, but I'm just going to share with you cast member ones today. So all these loads of stickers. We got this one when the Beauty and the Beast live action movie came out. This one has a really special meaning that I know is in this book. This is a Captain Marvel. It's like a patch. It's supposed to be like a patch, but it's like a sticker on the back. These are some of the original, not original I guess, but when I started working for the company, these were the stickers that we had, and then they eventually evolved. We had Frozen, and there's loads of other ones, but I don't know where some of them are. We had these cards. These are also like patch ones. This one too. What did this one say? Celebration of Adventure. That was when, I think that was closer to when I stopped working there. We were doing like this thing. It was basically like we were showing fireworks in the store. I worked at a Disney store, and they were showing fireworks like on the screen. So every night we'd show the fireworks, and it was like, it wasn't park fireworks. It was like a specific, it was like animated. It was like a firework display specifically for Disney stores, and so we gave those stickers out. Okay, so let's see what's in here. Okay, I'm gonna start with this first. So it begins with Disney store memories, if you can read that, and Disney store magical memories, I should say. And I'm gonna start with this first one because I've never forgot this one, and I absolutely love this one. This is when I worked at my first Disney store. And it says, "A young boy was buying a princess figurine set. I asked him who his favorite princess was, and he replies, 'You.'" I can just end the video here. Like, isn't that the sweetest thing you've ever heard? I can't. Oh, I like this one too. So this next, it's the very next memory. It says, "Something I always loved to do at my first Disney store was walk around the store, listening to the music and admiring the animatronics and think, I'm getting paid for this." Now it almost sounds like I wasn't working, like I was just roaming around the store doing nothing. That is not the case. But the thing about that first store I worked at is that it was not ever busy, essentially. Like literally the only time I ever saw that store busy was not even Black Friday, the day after Christmas. That was the only day I saw that store actually busy. It was hardly ever busy. And so there'd come a time where there's literally not anything to do. It just happens. And so I would just kind of walk in circles. Sorry. I would, if something was, if something was out of place, I'd fix it. Or, if a guest walks in, obviously you greet them, but it had its I don't want to say boring, but that store was slow, and so it allowed me time to walk around and really take in where I was and what I was doing, and that I was getting paid to do this magical thing and be in this magical place. This is a memory from the second Disney store I worked at, and it says, "One time, 2 young guys were buying Incredibles stuff, and at the end I said, 'Have an incredible day.' One of the guys goes, 'That was good,' and fist bumps me." Okay, this next memory is one I will never forget and I love doing. It says, one of the most magical things I've done is arranging Bullseye's legs to say Andy whenever I stuck him in the mountain or red plush bins. Okay, I feel like I need to give you a lot of context here. Bullseye, in case you don't know, is the toy horse from Toy Story. He's like, I think he's supposed to be Woody's horse, but I always think of him as Jesse's horse. His name is Bullseye. When he goes and finally lives with Andy, Andy obviously, he writes his name on all his toys. So Bullseye has 4 hooves. And so each one says A-N-D-Y. And it's like, there's like a thing in the movie where he switches them around. But basically, anytime I would have to place Bullseye somewhere, and when I said mountain, I mean plush mountain, because again, if you are a Disney Store cast member or were a Disney Store cast member watching this, you know what Plush Mountain is. But basically, it's literally a mountain. It's basically like, almost like shelves that go up in a mountain shape, and that's where all the plush would be for people to buy. Also, we had like these red bins that we would shove them all in. Anyway, anytime I was playing with Bullseye, I would arrange his hooves to spell out Andy. And that's one of the most magical ideas I think I've ever had. I like this one. This was at my second store. So basically, one morning we got there and there was a leak happening in the store. Not like there was a big leak in the back, but some of it was coming into the onstage, Disney lingo. It was coming into the store. And so it says, one time when the ceiling was leaking all over the store, I told guests that we called Moana and asked her to talk to the water for us. Okay, I like this story. This is from, again, my second store I worked at. I once had a guest who was buying a Pizza Planet shirt and an Al's Toy Barn name tag pin. I said to him, so do you work at Pizza Planet or Al's Toy Barn? And he said he'd taken part-time jobs at both. I love when guests play along. I mean, I like when they react and like aren't expecting the magic, but I also like when they play along. This is like the shortest memory in here. It says, a guest once told me I have the Disney personality down pat. I tried. Okay, this is also a story I'll never forget. So I put the date on this one. This was on March 8th, 2019. And it says, I got an unofficial cast compliment on Twitter. And I did. I literally got an unofficial cast compliment on Twitter. These 3 girls came in buying Captain Marvel stuff, and they were all dressed up. One in a Captain Marvel jacket, one in a Captain Marvel cardigan, and one in a Captain Marvel dress. They were gathered in the theater, which is like, it's like a little place basically where we would hold events, and there's like a screen and like benches. So I grabbed 3 Captain Marvel patch stickers, like what I showed you at the start of this video, and I hurried over and gave them to the girls and told them I loved their outfits. When I searched Twitter later that night, all 3 girls had tweeted about it. And I literally wrote down exactly what their tweets were. So one of them said, oh man, I meant to tweet earlier. We ended up at the Disney store while killing time before the movie, and one of the girls working there ran out from behind the counter to give us Captain Marvel stickers because she loved our Captain Marvel outfit so much. The next one says, also shout out to the Disney Store employee who liked our closet cosplays and gave us Captain Marvel stickers. The next one said, what a good day full of fancy lunch, malls, free stickers at the Disney Store, and seeing Captain Marvel again with her friends. So that was a really cool moment for me. I mean, making the magic, but then seeing, like I said, my unofficial cast compliments on Twitter was really cool. This is another one I really like. It says, this was at my second store, and it says, a little boy bought a Buzz Lightyear shooter, and I handed it to him and said, here you go, Space Ranger. And his mother turns to him and says, hear what she called you? I love moments like that. I love when you get to refer to a younger guest as Space Ranger or Mouseketeer or superhero or princess, whatever it may be. And the parents or whoever they're with play along, and they get excited. I love that. Okay, this is gonna be the last memory I share for now, and this was at my second store, and it's, I got to host a Magical Memories parade. So basically what they would do is we would have literal parades in the Disney store, and basically a cast member would host it, and they'd be the leader of the parade, and we'd have like a, I don't know what we'd call it, it's like a stick, and it says Magical Memories Parade, and we'd hold that, and we'd gather any children who want to, or anyone, doesn't have to be children, I didn't mean to say that, literally any Mouseketeers in the store who want to participate, and we'd all basically just march around the store to a song, and we'd be putting on a parade for the guests, and I got to host it. I think it was the only time I ever hosted one, actually. I got to like be like at the back of a parade while another cast member led it, when I was like, this was like when I was in training to be a Disney store entertainer, essentially, but then I got to host my own. So it was a bit impromptu, apparently, but I managed to get 6 children involved. It was the first time I ever hosted a parade, and even though I messed up a few times, I loved parading around the store, and I even got all the children and their parents / grandparents to sing along to MICKEYMOUSE. Afterward, my manager told a guest it was my first time hosting a parade, and the guest said, "I never would have known." Then later, my manager said, "Normally I'd have some criticism, but I can't think of anything. You did amazing." Oh, that made me miss it. I have these moments sometimes where I like flash back to working at the Disney store and then I miss it. That was one of those moments. I also have moments where part of me is like, I am kind of glad I don't currently work there. Not that I don't make magic, that I don't work there, because it had its stressful moments, and honestly it had its physically demanding moments too, which wasn't always easy for me, but it was so magical. Now I miss it. Oh well. But yeah, that's all the memories I'm gonna share for now. I do also have Disney World and Disneyland magical memories in here, so let me know down below if you ever want to hear some of those, because there's some pretty good ones in there. Also, let me know in the comments if you have any magical moments, whether as a cast member or a guest. Tell me your magical Disney store moments, because I freaking love hearing magical moments. And yeah, make sure you subscribe and hit like if you liked. I make videos every Tuesday, and I will see you all next time. Or should I say, I'll see you real soon.